The work of Red Cross in supplying food and clothing to our prisoners of war in Europe is well known. This film gives a brief insight into special services to Australian prisoners of war in European prison camps. The work is undertaken by the Red Cross in Great Britain on behalf of the Australian Red Cross Society, and it is hoped to arrange similar services for Australian prisoners in Japanese hands immediately the enemy gives permission.
Prepare for their life after the war, and in order to help them, the educational books section was set up in the early days of the war. It is installed in the new Bodleian Library at Oxford, under the direction of the Master of Balliol College, and a panel of experts give advice on the books to be sent out to the men who wish to study any particular subject. Already, many thousands of specific requests for correspondence courses from prisoners have been received. Engineering and languages are the favorite subjects, but there are students of law, the sciences, economics, of almost every branch of learning. Study courses prepared by specialists are dispatched, and arrangements are made for men who wish to study for examinations. Lists of requests are checked up with the piles of volumes sorted and ready on the tables for dispatch. Here you see the actual packing and wrapping. Whole libraries for the general use of the camps, as well as thousands of books asked for by individual prisoners, have been dispatched. Unfortunately, as well as the prisoners who were wounded in action, there are others who have contracted illnesses and injuries during their captivity. The Prisoners of War Department has a special invalid comfort section, which sends medical comforts of every kind to all the camps and hospitals, as well as foods and diets and medicines suitable for individual invalid prisoners. Detailed records are kept about these men so as to make sure that their requirements in all stages of their illness are catered for. Special delicacies and nourishments are sent for tubercular patients. The packers become very expert at fitting in each article, making use of scarves, handkerchiefs, etc. for padding. Then there are the blind and those whose sight has been partially affected. In conjunction with St. Dunstan's, the Invalid Comfort Section sends out apparatus to teach these men to write and read in Braille. Among the many things sent for blind men are these special playing cards. A Braille watch with raised figures and no glass. A chessboard and chessmen designed for blind players. A drafts board with special draftsmen which can be identified by touch. A writing outfit with a raised backing sheet for placing underneath a sheet of notepaper. A mechanical device for writing in Braille. The recreation of the men who are well is not forgotten either, and at St. James's Palace there is an indoor recreation section which has already sent out thousands of books, not necessarily of an educational type, such as biographies, essays, books of travel and adventure. Sheet music has been sent to suit all tastes, from the classical to jazz. To return to books, there is a reserve of some thousands of volumes at Geneva, available for the smaller sections of the camps and hospitals, which may be detached from the main camps where the libraries have been formed. Many of the prisoners are keen on music, and this section sends out complete sets of instruments for small orchestras. Large numbers of small instruments such as mouth organs, Tipperary flutes and ukuleles have also been sent, and the section has dispatched instruments belonging to particular prisoners, sent in specially by their friends. Packs of playing cards, sets of chess, draughts, dominoes and other indoor games, as well as equipment for outdoor sports, are dispatched to all the camps for the general use of the prisoners. we've come to one of the centres where the Red Cross food parcels are packed. 10-pound parcels of food are dispatched in sufficient numbers to supply every prisoner with one a week, always providing that wartime conditions of transport allow the parcels to reach their destination safely. When these photographs were taken, the special parcels for Christmas were being packed. You will notice that Xmas is stamped on the sides of the boxes. The workers lift down tins of the selected foods from the shelves where they're stored and place them loosely in the cardboard boxes lined up on the tables below. The general planning of the food parcels has been carefully worked out with the assistance of dietitians and aims at supplying a well-balanced diet which will compensate for deficiencies of fats and proteins in the camp rations. The boxes are padded most carefully with paper shavings, and the tins of varying shapes and sizes are skillfully fitted into them. A specimen box is displayed for all the packers to copy. Any items of food which are not already in tins are wound round with shavings to ensure that they will travel well. And here the workers are tying them up. They have to wear gloves to protect their hands, and you'll notice that the gloves are well worn and patched with sticking plaster, a testimony to their hard work. Stringing completed, the boxes are stacked in piles, ready for removal. They are not, as you will see, addressed to individual prisoners by name. They're all sent to the International Red Cross Committee at Geneva, which forwards them in appropriate numbers to all the camps in which prisoners from Great Britain and all parts of the Empire are interned. This system makes it possible for a man to receive his share of the Red Cross food as soon as he reaches a camp, although the news that he is a prisoner may not yet have reached home, and his whereabouts may still be unknown to his friends. Now ready for their long journey, are placed in mail bags and loaded on trolleys. The trolleys are wheeled away and the bags are transferred to the mail van waiting outside. When they leave the shores of Britain for their journey into enemy territory, they are really so much more than just parcels of good things. They are a reminder of home to an exile.
Only through the Red Cross can benefits such as those shown in this film be made available to our prisoners in enemy hands. The Red Cross works ceaselessly that our men in captivity and our sick and wounded may not suffer.